This is export comments for Monday, June 23rd. We had some power outages here on Friday, so I'm also going to go over the sales from June 20th. So that's what I'll start out with here. Corn came in with sales on Friday of 35.6 million bushels. Any sales they have right now on corn is pretty much just icing on the cake, so good to see there. Current sales on the books could allow for easily at least 100 million bushels extra than what USDA is stating. So really good to see there. New crop sales, 6.1 million bushel. So pretty unsurprising, pretty standard numbers. Right now, corn exports could easily be taking up another 100 million bushel. I'll go more into that as I look at inspections. Switching over soybeans, really big surprise on Friday. Solid sales of 19.8 million bushels. Listed countries, Germany, Mexico, and unknown. So needed pace for sales going forward is about 3.5 million bushels per week on beans. So coming in just shy of 20 was really good to see. Finishing out with wheat, sales were pretty solid, 15.7 million bushels. Needed pace going forwards, 10.9 per week. And that's just the beginning of the marketing year on wheat, so long way to go there. So switching over to inspections numbers that just came out this morning. Starting out with corn shipments continuing to run really strong, coming in at 58.1 million bushels sent out the door. That is the lowest we've seen in about a month, but still definitely well above the needed USDA pace. That number's at 32.8 million bushels, and compare that to last year's going forward pace of 40.8. Corn's very easily going to exceed that, especially when you factor in that sales are over 100 million more than what was on the books at this point last year. So as of right now, corn exports easily could be taken up another 100 million, and realistically, unless there's mass cancellations, it could end up being closer to 200 million. So switching over to soybeans, shipments continuing to be really disappointing, coming in at 7.1 million bushels. That's another week below the expected pace of 12.8 per week. But now with some fresh sales from last week, we'll see if that next week's shipments numbers can start to improve a little bit. If not, we may look at bean numbers may be need to be revised lower, as numbers of coming in below the needed pace here pretty consistently over the last month. So that's it on the bean side of things. Finishing out here with wheat. Shipments came in at 9.4 million bushels, pretty low, but this early in the wheat cycle, it's not really anything to be concerned about. Current shipments right now are about 8 million behind last year at this point, so not a huge out of the water difference. So going forward, the needed pace wheat's going to have to average per week for shipments is 15.7 million bushels, and I'd expect the wheat numbers to be picking up over the next month. So that is it for export comments today here.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from